Honestly, at this point, I believe that Asmongold should be awarded some kind of special gaslight trophy. There are not many content creators that gaslight their own audiences so frequently and so intensely as Asmongold. In this video, Asmon once again is trying to portray himself in as good of a light as possible, as humble as possible, and the funny thing is, people in the chat a little bit are catching on to what he's doing. So let's just look at what he tries to pull off here.
I think that turning off monetization might not be the best option. I think that it is what I think that they should do is instead of making rules, they should make tools. And they should provide tools for content creators. If those content creators don't want to have reaction to their content, they can prevent that from happening.
So, real quick on why this is an absolutely stupid idea. The thing is, Asmongold never thinks ahead. He only looks at a problem from the very surface. If you take more than 5 seconds to think why this is a really bad idea to implement tools like this, then I'm just gonna quickly explain some of the big reasons. One, people are already abusing DMCA takedowns to silence criticism of other content creators if they don't like it. Bigger channels actually quite frequently abuse the DMCA takedowns against smaller channels because smaller channels don't initially have anything to do against that. They can try to cry about it, but ultimately, if they want to fight it, they either need a huge amount of attention from other people, shed on the situation, or they need to go to court to prove that it's fair use. And most small creators can't do that. Asmongold's idea of implementing tools for this is absolutely useless, because this would just give a free avenue, a free legitimate avenue, for criticism to be squashed out and removed. Because what would ultimately happen? Someone says, yeah, this is a react to my video, to my content, you can't use it. And, well, if that's a small creator, he would probably get squashed. Or he would need to try and fight this. And if they're gonna try and fight this, this is again a pretty much the same thing as a DMCA battle. Or, alternatively, at the very end, logically speaking, YouTube would be forced to decide most likely who is in the right or who is in the wrong. Because if YouTube is not the one to decide who is in the right, who is in the wrong, then the bigger content creator will always win by default because they just simply have more money, more of an audience to make the smaller creator look bad. This is absolutely a horrible solution because of these reasons, and just makes the whole process more convoluted and gives bigger channels more tools to squash criticism of themselves that they don't like.
Prevent that from happening, a revenue sharing thing, something like that. And this is something that I would even do preemptively, right?
And this is where the lying, gaslighting, and self-grandization starts. Asmongold claims if YouTube implemented a feature where if someone reacts to a video, they could give half the monetization or all of the money made from monetizing the react video to the original creator, he would do it. And furthermore, because he's such a swell, nice person, so uprighteous and everything, he would do it without even asking do they want the money. He would instantaneously just give all the money away to that person he's reacting to. This is an obvious lie, because he can already do that. There's absolutely nothing at all stopping him from already doing it. He has a whole team of people that work on his YouTube videos. All he needs to do is make a 1-minute meeting, call someone and tell them, hey, we're giving all the revenue from React videos to the person I react to, make it happen. It would not even take more than 1 minute of his own time to make that happen. But he doesn't. Obviously, he doesn't. It's just a virtue signal. Virtue signaling is when you say X is bad, but you are completely without problem doing that X thing. And this is that situation. Oh, I would give all that money away. You already can, but you're not doing it, obviously. And it's only gonna get worse from here.
Super biased? No, this is not biased at all. So the reason why it's not biased, I know there are people that think that this is biased because I do react videos. So people are going to think, oh wow, he just doesn't want to lose money from his react videos. Guys, I make a lot of fucking money. I don't care. I don't give a shit. I could.
And he's lying about that. I don't give a shit that I make money from YouTube. And he, by the way, self-exposes himself extremely hard here. Just listen to this.
Make $0 from YouTube and it would not matter to me. I did for years.
I did for years. Keep in mind that everything he says about the made $0 for years is pretty much always going to be explicitly past tense. And I will explain why that matters in a bit.
I let people upload my content and make money off of it. People restream my stream and react to it live. I don't give a fuck.
If he DMCA striked someone who restreams his stream and reacts to it, then he would essentially be admitting that he is stealing content, and that would look very bad if he DMCA striked someone and took their monetization from them. So it's quite obvious why he isn't striking or even complaining about those people, if they even exist. I personally have never heard of anyone just instantaneously restreaming Asmongold's stuff and calling it a day.
People have made hundreds of thousands of dollars off of my content, and I have never claimed any of it at all. Clearly something that I believe in. This is clearly something that I think.
He is setting up the situation where you believe that he is this virtuous person who does not care, who is happy that someone is making money off of his work. He is getting absolutely nothing in return from these people making money off him. That's the idea that he's trying to install in his viewers currently. But he kind of fails because he self-exposes pretty soon.
Wait, really? Yeah. So basically what happened, what I used to do is I would just let anybody upload anything of my stream onto YouTube, and I let them fully monetize it and take 100% of the money. They got all of the money and everything for it because I viewed it as, well, this is going to advertise me too at the same time. Even though they're advertising themselves and putting themselves in the video, etc., I'm still getting the advertisement, so it's a net positive for me.
See? He instantaneously fails with the gaslight because no longer is this a pure thing that he does. It's not that he's just giving away money that he could be potentially making to people for free. No, he sees this as a transaction. He sees that the advertisement he got for free from doing this was much more valuable than the amount of money these YouTube channels were making from re-uploading his content. That's why he allowed them to do. Because he viewed that the advertisement was more important than the money. And that's why he let people do it. Not because of the goodness of his heart that someone is making a couple of bucks where he doesn't want to make it. No. He saw it as advertisement that is better than money.
And there were times that like people, some of the guys that were making money off of this, they sent me screenshots of how much money they made a month. Some of these guys were making $30,000, $20,000 a month from just uploading videos of my stream onto YouTube. I never claimed any of that.
If he claimed it, those people would most likely not advertise for him anymore. Because if he starts claiming that money would instantaneously vanish. The free advertisement would vanish and the claim would be just a one-time payday. Which honestly, at his situation, would not even matter. Someone is making absolute free constant advertising for you and you don't even have to pay for it. That's amazing. Obviously, he chose to keep that.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I never did. I didn't care. And so this is not something that, like, this is not an ideology. This is not some sort of signaling, virtue signaling, etc. This is what I...
It is virtue signaling. This is the exact definition of virtue signaling.
Did.
Did. Past tense. He did that. He doesn't do it any longer. He did that. Because now times changed. Now the free advertising is no longer worth it.
So I didn't give a fuck. And so anyway, now...
I didn't give a fuck. Not I don't give a fuck. See, again, past tense. Everything of that was in the past.
We're not able to do that anymore?
Oh no. Now he's not able to do that anymore. Oh no.
And the reason why is because YouTube has a duplicate content policy, which...
What does this duplicate content policy matter if you don't care about making money? I wonder.
makes it to where if the YouTube algorithm identifies two duplicate videos that are both monetized, they both lose monetization. Which is why I had to make my big main channel now, which is Asmongold TV.
Oh, look at that! So, now people can't re-upload his stuff no longer because he wants to make that money. And by the way he explains this, he implies that that all he would need to do if he's truly so virtuous about letting other people make money off of him is the idea that he can just turn off monetization and then the re-uploader would get all the money and there would be no problem. But obviously, making money is more important. This is an absolute virtue signal from start to finish.